Hi, my name is Nathan, and today we're going to do a comic book review of What's the Furthest Place from Here? Issue number 1, brought to you by Rated Comics. Before I get into this review, at the end, I will announce the winner of this comic book giveaway. With that being said, let's get to it. In this issue, we begin with Prufrock in the bathroom. To keep in mind, this is a post-apocalyptic world where there are no adults and kids roam the streets like Lord of the Fly, post-apocalyptic style. Prufrock loses his tooth and his tooth falls down the sink. Sid comes in, another kid, says, I found it, and Prufrock just turns around like, girl, you can't be barging into the bathroom like that. What if I was naked? And being kids, Sid being a kid too, she's like, why would you be naked? Anyways, you know what? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Are you sick? She looks at Prufrock, asks him, are you sick? He's like, no, I'm cool. So he throws his tooth down the drain. She's all concerned about Prufrock. What's happening to you? Are you getting old? And he's like, no, I'm a year away from getting old. You know that. Is old like 18 or like being a legal adult? And keep in mind, there are no adults, and the writers did not explain that in this issue, but it keeps you on the hook for further issues to come. So Sid tells Prufrock, I found it. And she's like, you found what? I found meaning, and it's a Daryl Jones, John Oates, Private Eye album. And what the meaning is, you have to find a song that represents everything of who you are. It defines everything who you are. And Prufrock is like, what the heck, kiddo? And Sid's like, well, give it back. No, your choice is supposed to be what defines you. It's your everything. You got to go back and choose wisely. So they're in a record store. And this is bringing back, I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember this, but it brings back like the Sam Goody days or the Music Warehouse days where it was cool to go to the music store and buy music. And then Sid's like, well, that's the one for me. And Prufrock's like, why'd you choose it? And Sid's like, I don't know. It just looked cool. And Prufrock's like, no, these two guys look cool. And it's SSD control. And she's like, whoa, I don't know. I guess it looks cool. I don't know. I mean, it's weird. And then there's a knock on the door. Alabama, she's like the alpha female leader of the group, is like, it's after curfew. We're not open. And Sid's like, well, what was that? And they're like, who is that? And the door knocks again. Alabama tells the kid, shh. Seriously, shut up. And she tells Prufrock to shut up too. So Alabama tells the crew, guys, grab your gear. Oberon, which is the bald mohawk dude, get up to the top of the roof and tell me what you see. I'm not opening the door until I know everything. And I got to make sure it's safe. Sid's like, it's Slug. And Prufrock is like, kiddo, it's not Slug. No, I told you he'll come back. And then they're like, no, Slug is never, ever coming back. You know that he's a grown-up. Whatever he's out there, he isn't your friend. Believe me, I wish it was Slug too. And then Alabama's like, no, it's Slug. And all the kids are like, this is exactly how I picture kids dialoguing with one another. Sid's like, I knew it, let him in. Alabama's like, hold on. She's not letting him in. He's all messed up and it's all sussy and they don't want to open it. So Baron goes to the top of the roof and Baron gives him the go-ahead, and it looks like he has a studying problem. It's clear. So when they open the door, they're like, get ready. Anything and everything can possibly happen. When Slug gets in, he has an arrow on its back, and they're like, okay, this is some bull jive. Let's go. So they make their way to the streets, and we get this sense of post-apocalyptic world building. Lord of the Flies, where are the adults at when these kids want to get cray? Alabama's like, hey, I love the dialogue here. You guys hurt our friend. And then we see these two eerie looking, faceless, you don't know what they are, but they're called the Strangers. And then Alabama's like, we got some questions for you guys. Everything looks like it's sussy, it's eerie, and there's someone else out there. Alabama's like, all right, look, we got to get back inside. Thunk! A slingshot hits one of the kids in the back of the head, knocking them out cold. And it's these pigs in masks, which we can only assume it's other children. Look at the socks this girl's wearing right here. You know it's other kids, and it's kids carrying a kid. Now they're in pig's territory, and Mallory is like, oh man, it's about to go down. It's too late. So I love the flashback between Slug getting healed, and every other panel is Slug getting healed, what's going down the streets with these pigs. Slug getting healed, more drama going down. And this is like raw and uncut, and I love the rawness of this. Alabama tells Warwick, hey, you guys are in violation of the neighborhood pact. Why are you in our territory? Once again, it's back and forth panel between Sid and Slug having a conversation or looking like, hey, have you been just wondering what the heck's going on? The pigs are like, you know why, Alabama? And she's like, I don't know why. That's why I asked. The guy in the pig mask, whatever they are, you are in violation of the pact. They're like, okay, enough. That's what we just said. What do we violate? And they're like, you have a grown-up in your house. And that grown-up, I could only imagine is Slug. Alabama and crew are like, okay, there's only one way they could have known we had a grown-up in the house, is because they chased that person into our territory. And how would you know if we had a grown-up in the house if he didn't break the pact to come into our territory to begin with? And then Sid and Slug are having a conversation of, where have you been? It's been months since I've seen you. And Sid's like, no, it's been 42 days since I've seen you, Slug. Keep in mind, there's no calendars, I imagine. Slug tells Sid, this is where I've been, and there's something better for you. I know what's going on with you, and you have to go there. And before he can hand her anything, even the pigs have to huddle up like, okay, what the heck are they talking about? They know they messed up. And they're like, all right, what's done is done. Hand over the grown-up. We'll leave your neighborhood. And Slug tells Sid about the wastelands and what did you find? Everything. I found everything. It's almost like he's hinting that it's paradise, and girl, that's where you need to go. And then the pigs are like, okay, what do you guys say? So Sid's like, oh my God, the city is real, isn't it? And Alabama's like, I say you guys get jacked up. And this fight right here, happening right here, says everything you need to know. Gritty, raw, exciting. Wow, I mean, this art right here, I sure as heck can appreciate it. Slug hands Sid over something. It's wrapped up, and you look like it's shaped like it's a firearm, but it's also a map to where this wasteland, this paradise that Sid needs to go is at. She opens it, and she's like, ah. Okay, so as the fight goes on, Sid walks outside. Prufrock tells her to get back inside. Once again, we see the strangers with the key. How do they get this key to the back door of the record alley where the kids are hiding out at? And then Sid tells him, stop it. I said, that's enough. And she pulls out the strap. And they're like, Sid, that can't be real. And Sid's like, I don't know if it's real. Meanwhile, the strangers get into the back door. What are they going to do with Slug? And the pigs are like, okay, I call bull jive. Take the gun away from her. And they're like, Warwick. Okay, that's who Warwick is. It's the main guy. Even if it is real, she's not going to know how to shoot it, and she don't know how to aim it. And she don't have the balls. Turns out Sid does have the balls. She shoots, bang, we get the silhouette of the strangers, and we can only imagine what they took Slug out for. And there's still no explanation to it, but I love the mystery, and the story keeps moving forward as it goes. Jesus Christ, Sid, are you explaining? And she's like, oh, I guess it's real. That's funny. Hand it over, says Alabama. Sid did hit some other pig in it, and you see the blood in his abdomen, and he goes down for the count. So they leave and they retreat, and Alabama tells him to stay out the neighborhood, and we see the strangers hovering around Slug. And they're like, freaking A, Sid, I didn't know you have it in you. And Alabama tells Mallory, are you an idiot, Mallory? What did I do? She just killed one of theirs. We're all F. And now you're saying we're all awesome? Well, yeah. Shut up, girl. Shut up. Alabama tells Sid to hand over the firearm. This is dangerous. Why did you leave your post? You're supposed to stay with Slug. Well, where is Slug? Is he okay? So they run back, check up on him, and they realize he's gone. Blood stains, and they also see a blood trail that they follow. And when they realize that blood trail led to the back door, Alabama's like, it's impossible. He couldn't have opened it. There's no way to unlock it. But how did the strangers have a key to it? And plus, if he came from the wastelands, why would he go back there? Baron's like, I don't know, but he wasn't dead before. And Sid's like, but now he is. So they have a party, I guess, in memory of Slug, and they drink and they get toasted. I can tell if these are kids here, that ain't Capri Sun they're drinking. As Oberon looks over the roof and Sid joins him, they're surrounding their record alley. They're angry about what's going on. Oberon tells Sid, because of Slug and because of what you did today, they're going to want to have a council meeting about what happened. And we don't know what's going to happen after that. I don't know. Meanwhile, Alabama and the crew has a conversation. Like, what the hell happened tonight, Alabama? If Slug did die, where is he? We don't know. They deduced that we haven't gotten a new kid since the strangers put Sid here. And the strangers are the one that bring these kids here and put them in place, and they stay in place. But they're just like, if the strangers put him here, then why did the strangers bring Slug back just to take Slug away? So it just drives them bonkers. And before they even start getting at some answers here, someone pukes up his cocktail dinner. They just don't have the answers to all this yet, and none of this makes sense to them. So Sid tells Oberon, you know, Slug told me about this place, and I don't want to go downstairs. The laughter and the drinking, the partying is too much. Oberon tells her, you know, being an adult is not what you realize, and sooner you realize when you're an adult, you're not going to remember things, you're not going to get the answers to. Because Sid has questions like, what is this place? What's this place, this wasteland that Slug was talking about? And that's on her mind right there. So I don't know why Oberon decides to just say, hey, I'm gonna leave my post. Can you watch my post? I'm gonna go down there, join the party. At first, he's not really wanting to do it, but Sid convinces him, I can watch the post. Nothing's gonna happen. Just go down there and have a good time. And he does. And while he's down there, Sid's like, nothing's gonna happen tonight anyway. But yet we see these two strangers looking up at Sid like, no, something is gonna happen. So be careful, girly. There's a whole lot of book with this, and I got to leave a little meat on the bone with this issue. But what I do love about this book is it moves the story forward. I love the idea of you got to pick a music that embodies everything about yourself. The book does not provide a lot of background to the reader, but he just jumps into this world and you're instantly immersed with the trials and tribulations of these kids. There's rawness to that depicts it's just rawness and chaos and what a world will look like with no adults in modern post-apocalyptic time. What's the Furthest Place from here is a fun and powerful read. I enjoyed it, and the winner of this comic book is going to also enjoy this too. And also, if you do decide to purchase this issue, link in description if you wish to purchase this issue from RatedComics.com. With that being said, what's the Furthest Place from here? Issue number 1. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, the winner of today's comic book giveaway, we're going to give away the standard cover. This is cover D. We're going to give away the standard cover. It's LV Dad, Las Vegas Dad 71. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being an OG subscriber. Thank you for tagging us and fulfilling all the requirements for this comic book giveaway. And if this is you guys' first time here, hey, subscribe, because we do more comic book giveaways as well as comic book related content and comic book reviews. Stick around, turn on the notification, because the next comic book giveaway will be announced soon. Give it another week or so. I got to figure out which comic book giveaway we're going to do. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.